Smart to protect your melon. The tribe's caught a fluffy hog. Better watch out, it's no pet. They couldn't keep it down. Fluff hulk's on the loose. They've received news a Ronin had strengthened their ranks and were looking forward to meeting you. A group of myriad crusaders already headed out to Jagni's Mercadorpus outpost and are waiting for you there. You should hurry there and help them best the outpost. Not really. It's west of Bricktown. You can spot Gizmo's chug yard from the hill it resides on. Toxanol was something called a corporate juggernaut. And our world still bears the marks of the massive ecological catastrophes they inflicted upon the land. The apocalypse they caused was the end of days for their world. But for us, it was simply a beginning. Look. An emergency box from the old days, when you needed to pack a punch. Wow, bet that nut makes a tight fist. Tunnels like this still carry echoes from the past. Can you hear it? Just what you were looking for. The dark can make you miss the day fierce. A waste of time. A flush stool from the... Seems like the tighteners on the piping need to be unturned correctly to drain the flush stool. That's the kind of trouble you really want to wash away. This corner of the world is called Bricktown. What a bruiser! That's more for the hero you're going to be. You found the whereabouts, the deepest, darkest forest in the land, sometimes hard to see for all the trees. Nothing beats the darkness. Give him a hand. That's a Jagni tribe outpost. Finished him off. New days always start with hope. That's just nasty. Biohazards make you puke. Up for grabs. Mercadorpa's outpost, a Jagni tribe stronghold. Let's see.
Mashallah, Mol.
Says it's time to set the outpost free. Inflict as little damage as possible as you make your way through to the rival captain. Freedom is not worth having in a world that's doomed. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lobber. That twirly wheel works that drain pipe. Spin the twirly wheel and open that drain. Everything's clocking together. Got nothing to lose. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. They never lost hope you'd come, but weren't sure if they'd last long enough to see it. Says the tribe's been hard on them. Won't hesitate to carve out some revenge on those who hurt them. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. presents danger. big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it. Then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks sploding. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too close, though. It's complicated. Give it another try. Oh, boom. You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. You've earned the privilege of carrying the tribe's weapon. Figures the honor belongs to the tribe, too. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict. He had a feeling you'd get along with the Myriad tribe, but it remains to be seen what the future holds for your alliance. You seem to share the same values as the Myriad tribe. You both have the same optimistic outlook on life. At least, for now. But Out of Date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against the World Eaters. That doesn't sound good. Out of Date's forebodings are justified. The jumbo puff needs to be taken care of. He says the time has come to confront the jumbo puff at the end of the west route. Gizmo is working on making his Mekton strong enough to endure the oxygen-deprived dead zone all the way out to the World Eater. You should get over there and see what you can do to help. Don't let the day pass you by. Looks like you got this. You've used up all your key energy. That's a gnote, easy prey for Lupin. For everyone else, they're a perfect mount and easily tamed if they are kept fed. This thing has a mind of its own. It's the chug yard. Tribes always scavenging for scrap, and the yard has plenty to go around. But they should have stuck to looting instead of playing around with sprockets. Bomber bonkers busy ram-banging the door. This is your chance. Your energy is empty. Slashing damage. Make that one dead. Every day, everything seems like it happens at once. Let's see. Yes, you can do anything. The sky's the limit. Now, let's take this back to Earth. Wow, you really took that all the way down to the end, in flames. Every little bit helps. It's a wonder some of these up and downs still work. Guess they built machines better in the past. The spent nuclear fuel, the toxinol dumped in the surf, had detrimental effects on the marine habitats, while the overflowing landfills contaminated the groundwater. I need to brush up on my Wando, but I have a feeling he believes it was you that caused the bang at the yard. Oh, and he says he knows you. You used to call him Gizmo. He gave you the oil-greased hands when he taught you how to upcycle. Gizmo remembers you as a nice kidling, and he can still sense the warmth of your good heart. But Gizmo says how you experience a memory can be different. You know the story, but sometimes the truth it brings is personal. It carries so much hate, and its insatiable hunger has only increased over the years since it claimed revenge on your parents. He understands history made Lupa Lupin a big part of your past, your present, and soon, your future. You still believe there's some good in everyone. You still have hope for tomorrow. He says you should know that what's meant to be will always find a way, but history shouldn't consume you. Gizmo encourages that. You should forgive, but never forget. It'll provide some comfort to your soul and keep the memory of lost loved ones in your heart.
Fan that flame!
Wait, no! Bright light blinds! It's dangerous.
I've got all the cold sick burns you need, Dark.
Oh, do you have to insult me over this?
I don't have to, but I want to.
Hard to believe the world is actually going to survive. Just seemed impossible till now. Grateful to you for coming back and doing your best to change things. You were the only chance they had. Wonders if you liked working with the Myriad. They always seem so centered and so seeking. But that's not important now. Gizmo says it's taken a long time to bring the past up to the present, and where you go from here is up to you. You need to set the past aside, at least for now. He can't leave the underyard as he has no protection against the vacuum in the dead zone. So you need to salvage scrap to upcycle the Mekton, starting with the old crate outside. You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you want to make the Mekton strong enough to fight the Jumbo Puff. That's what he decided to call it after he saw it for the first time. It's big and fluffy. That's accurate enough. If you can see past the blue color, that is. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Embrace the day. There's short of breath and death to this zone. Better take care. He who half breathes, half lives. That's the leftover you're looking for. Someone will pay dearly for that. Gross. This place stinks. He says that's enough to get the Mekton functional. You'll have an engine, a fuel soaker, a gun, and a gathering net, but he made a suction device so the Mekton can use the black tar as an instant refuel. You can also use it to clear oily goo puddles, so you can pass and access hard-to-get-to areas. He's been working on another project for the Mekton, a cannon, but it needs ammunition, and by that he means the scripts. He says if they're trained right, they'll turn into a distraction for the jumbo puff. The best way to find scripts is to go talk to Moog. He knows the ins and outs of every breathing thing left alive after the apocalypse. Unfortunately, this means you'll have to venture farther out into the dead zone than Moog's camp on the steep depot. Once you find Moog, he'll be able to give you directions to where you'll find scripts. Gizmo thinks he's a little peculiar, but very knowledgeable. He has the ins and outs of all monster and creature whereabouts. Easier to sneak around in the dark, though. The Grease Monkey's Mekton is built sturdy, just like himself. Can you imagine how this place used to look before the dead oil flood? Might want to hold your breath before you head any further. You're about to witness the breathtaking vistas of what's known as the Dead Zone. That over there is Steepo Depot, the cliffside that Moog hangs on to.
Botsle. Inmo. Diava.
Let's see.
Yama fore dome dachunka.
This one's impressed to see you out here. He figured you'd be dead by now. Not many are as tough and clever as you must be.
Ikaya marafka. Tid.
Says a monster hunter hears many things on the wind.
Yama fore dome dachunka.
Moog says that all your power doesn't do you a bit of good if you're not willing to pull the trigger when the time comes.
Munteo mastula.
Choosing what to kill and what to spare are the most important decisions you'll make.
Ishku.
You might have a steady aim, but you need to be sure that you pick your targets with care.
Vaxa ush intabadan.
It's hard to make those life or death decisions for others, but someone's got to do it. Otherwise, they'll do it themselves, and you know they'll miss.
Over bugbug ad.
Claims he mostly kills whoever he doesn't like.
Tarn mianda kagundo.
Says it's wild that the world seems to be coming back, but he supposes that means more monsters for him to shoot.
Guhu.
Wonders why you work so hard to keep things alive. Bullets help thin the herd instead.
Jak intan kagudo.
Says you should give up on working with the stubborn Myriad. He keeps trying to put out their lights and they keep putting up new ones.
Lema.
Says they keep the monsters away. He needs them closer, not farther.
Echinye.
But enough of that, right?
Why ad foodlea haya?
He says the wildlife, nature, has changed and turned against us. Instincts of survival took over when the world changed. He's not sure about their veggie diet anymore, and if it's changed, who knows what it's done with the chemical composition of their body output.
Khalifav Cairo.
Right now, though, he feels he's come to a point where he's got a pretty clear idea on the whereabouts of monsters, both tall and short.
Sarevanyat Saab.
Thinks that it all hangs on the tree of life. When it started to fail, everything changed.
Sem.
Moog says you must learn to walk before you can run. It takes practice before you can call yourself a monster hunter.
Gag.
Fortunately for you, he can help. He understands you need to start off with something small before you go big.
Tidlo.
There's no better place to start than a squip cave. Hunting down a couple of these little critters for yourself should keep you on your toes.
Bustarim Yadafa.
Says you stick to the hunting and shots present themselves later. Your head is still spinning. Stomping time. Wait, it's the script hole-up. Place is just filled with critters. Got more than a flesh wound. Life is a difficult game, no matter how you play it. Oh, it's locked. Once the volatilization from the nuclear waste evaporated, a volatile gas rose through the soil and infested structures, even Toxanol's own buildings. So, in a way, they caused their own death. Oh, idea. Go knock the lid off that sludge truck. It'll fill the place up and you can get up to that entrance there. All yours. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Ready to begin blasting? Everyone's going to hear you coming. The air's too thin here. Can't rely on technology all the time. This box once tailed a chugger. Now it's just off track.
Hey, Aldo. Donna. Donna. Sit up. Donna.
He says that's enough scripts to sustain the Mekton's claw crane cannon with infinite ammunition. Well done. It's not his cleanest invention so far, but it gets the job done. Use it to suck up gooey oil puddles in the Mekton's way so you can pass. Gizmo's made vehicles before to confront the Jumbo Puff himself, but failed. But this time, it's different. The Mekton will be strong enough to do the job. It's time to put a stop to the World Eater now. Otherwise, he fears the damage it's caused to the tree already will be too much to handle. There's time to improve the Mekton before you confront the Puff. There are more wreck boxes out in the dead zone with gear you should be able to equip the Mekton with on your own. He got the idea to build the Mekton when he found a big crate containing the metal frame for something Toxanol had named an exoskeleton. Gizmo wants to help if he can. You need to help Gizmo defeat the Jumbo Puff before it destroys the West Route. Remembers you as a quiet kid. Grateful you got over that. Says you're welcome back. Gizmo wants to help if he can. Says goodbye to you.